What's up, guys? Kelly McKay here, aka HVAC Millionaire, right here on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell, hit the like button, and leave me a comment below. Today we're going to talk about 10x because it's a super popular concept. I think it was coined, I think it was probably coined by Grant Cardone, his book, the 10x rule, I think. That's a great book, by the way. If you haven't read it, I highly recommend it. But I read another book that's called 10x is Easier Than 2x by Dr. Benjamin Hardy with Dan Sullivan. And that book really explained what 10x is. And it helped me see how I've 10x my life several times, just as you will soon see once you learn this concept, that you have 10x'd your life. But maybe, just maybe right now, your life doesn't feel like it's 10xing. So that's what we're talking about. How do we fix that? How do we change that to where we can actually start 10xing again and get excited about what we're doing in life and business? So the whole concept is this. We are spending our time each and every day kind of like this. We spend 80% of our time doing familiar activities. The familiar stuff. We're running service calls if you're an HVAC business owner. Doesn't matter what business you're in, you're doing familiar things each and every day. Most of us. And it's really easy to get stuck in this. So you're doing 80% of your activities are familiar. 20% of your activities are actually what's producing because of the 80-20 rule that's so prevalent throughout business, marketing, life, any type of statistics. Like it's rampant. 80-20, 20% of your results or 80% of your results come from 20% of the activities that you do every day in business. So we're spending this 20%. This is our zone of genius. This is what you're uniquely qualified to do. Something that you're really good at that actually drives the needle in your business and in your life, no matter what it is. And this is what we do. We fill up our days with the familiar things that don't actually drive the business forward. And we leave this 20% for at the end of the day, which we don't even get to half the time because we're so exhausted from doing the 80% of the familiar things we do day in and day out. So how do we 10x? What we do is we flip this upside down. You're going to focus on your 20%. You're going to make sure you have time each and every day to do that 20%, that thing that you're really a genius at, that you're really great at. If you're in your business, maybe it's the sales right now. If maybe you're to a point that you've reached a certain amount of success, maybe it's like your leadership capabilities maybe that's what you're really good at, or communicating with people or coaching your people that are on your team, or being the visionary. Like you could see the future, what you want it to look like. And those are all incredible skills, but I just want you to spend more time doing those skills. And we're going to put those a priority. We're going to prioritize those over the familiar things. So what we're going to do with the familiar things in order to 10x is we're going to get rid of it. We're going to either eliminate it, delegate it, or automate it. We just get rid of it. We stop doing the same things we did yesterday and last week and last month and last year. We stop doing them. We delegate those. We take those off of our plate. We put the hat down, right? This is how you exponentially start growing your business. You got to take hats off. You got to take stuff off your plate. And instead of this being familiar, what you're going to focus the rest of your time on, first you're going to prioritize. This is how I took it in the book. There's still a zone of genius that we got to work on if that's what's creating all the results for ourselves. So get that done. But the reality is you got a lot more time during the day once you get rid of all the familiar stuff that you do currently right now. So now you're going to work on unfamiliar with the rest of your time. Unfamiliar, something that you're not used to doing. Maybe you have a desire to go ahead and grow your business, and because of that, you know that you should be building some processes and systems. You know that you should develop a sales process. You know that maybe you just need to go learn a sales process from somebody who already has one. Whatever it is that's unfamiliar, that's where you want to spend the rest of your time. First, get your 20%, your zone of genius, get that out of the way, then spend the rest of your time doing unfamiliar things. And what that's going to do is it's going to force you to create and develop new skills. And eventually, over time, what happens to something if we do it enough, day in and day out, what happens? It gets familiar. So then we start all over on this process, right? We start all over. We get rid of the familiar. Again, we cross it out. We delegate it, eliminate it, automate it. And then we do this again. And now we've like 20x'd, right? You want to 20x your life? Do this. This is an actual framework from that book that I shared earlier that I just believe that was the missing link in Grant's theory of 10x. And there's obviously it's worked for him. But we're already overwhelmed with all the things that we have to do in life. And so this is a good way to start expanding yourself without burning yourself out. Because if you just 10x everything, like I've tried to do, when I first learned that concept, like I was all in. That book pumped me up. I'm like, let's do it. Let's 10x everything, right? So you do that, but then it just, man, you're going to wear out unless you're 10xing your time off. But I didn't do that, right? You got to 10x your time off at the same time you're 10xing everything else. So, and Grant may have touched on this a little bit, maybe, but this just made it a lot clearer to me. So I hope it makes it clearer to you so you can use this same concept and grow your business and your life to actually get what you want out of life. So love you guys. Hope this helped. Go make money. Boom.